Good day, Brollies! Did I already mention that I'll be reviewing more smartphones moving forward? This is something that I also want to focus on aside from our typical mechanical keyboards and other gaming peripherals related reviews. Something that I've been wanting to accomplish on a consistent basis for a very long time now. So if this is something you're interested in, make sure to subscribe. In today's video, we're going to do a quick unboxing and overview of the new Realme 10 smartphone. This is the latest number series offering from Realme, focusing on overall value in the mid-range market space, featuring a MediaTek Helio G99 processor, 90Hz Super AMOLED display, and a 5000 mAh of battery with 33W SuperVOOC fast charging support. It also features a couple of nifty features up its sleeve, like a 200% Ultra Boom speaker, which goes beyond the typical maximum volume level, and a dedicated 50MP color AI camera, all in an ultra slim and lightweight form factor. With that being said, let's get into it. So the packaging features the familiar black and yellow colorway with the model number and branding in front and the key features at the back. Upon opening the box, you'll see another small packaging that houses a couple of paperwork, a free jelly case, and SIM ejector pin. Next, we have the Realme 10 itself, and then after that, we have the 33W power brick and the USB Type-A to Type-C charging cable. Pretty much standard package contents from Realme. Now, at first look and touch, the first thing that strikes me the most is the noticeable slim and lightweight construction of just around 179 grams. In front, we have the 6.4-inch Super AMOLED display with up to 90Hz refresh rate and features relatively thin bezels around with a slightly thicker bottom bezel. We also have the 16MP selfie camera in a traditional punch hole design. Of course, we have the subtle earpiece nicely hidden here up top, and like with most Realme phones, we have a pre-applied screen protector here. Now, flipping it on the left side, we have the SIM card tray that supports dual nano SIM cards and an extra micro SD card slot that supports up to 1TB. On the other side, we have the volume rocker and the power button that also doubles as the fingerprint sensor, which is actually my preferred biometric method compared to an in-display fingerprint reader. Usually, this is far more accurate and responsive, and in the case of the Realme 10, it's actually very snappy and reliable. Now, looking up top, we just have the secondary microphone, and turning it all over on the other side, we have the single downward firing speaker, the USB Type-C port, the primary microphone, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. Now, looking at the back, we have a glossy plastic surface here with a sort of glittery pattern that changes color and reflection depending on the angle. What we have here is the Crash White variant, but it is also available in the Rush Black variant. Of course, we have the Realme logo here on the lower left corner and a dual camera setup featuring a 50MP color AI camera, a 2MP depth sensor, and a flash right here. Out of the box, we have a number of pre-installed applications, which to be honest is more than what I'm used to when it comes to Realme smartphones. Not a total deal breaker since most if not all are uninstallable. Aside from that, the Realme 10 still features a familiar user interface using the Realme UI version 3.0 based on Android 12. For the most part, the performance is quite smooth browsing through the user interface. In the full review, I'll provide you with more information about its performance when I already populate this with applications that I typically use, but as for my first impressions, the performance is pretty decent. Probably not as fluid as something with a 120Hz display, but for sure not all users will notice the difference. I also appreciate the quite unique 200% Ultra Boom speaker option, wherein you can go beyond 100%, which significantly boosts the volume. It's kind of a mixed bag for me to be honest, since at this level, it starts to get uncomfortable. But at least if you really need to fill a small room, you have this as an option. Go back to the Apple AirPods Pro 2 again. So yeah, the autofocus works pretty good. The quality is pretty good as well. Edge detection is pretty decent. And overall, again, the quality is pretty good at 4K resolution. Watch out for my review of the iPhone 14 Pro Max at TechBroll, link on bio. Now, as per my initial performance testing, it scored 396,429 in the Antutu benchmark and lasted around 9 hours and 42 minutes in the PC Markware 3.0 battery life benchmark, which is pretty good in my opinion. I was also able to play most of the games I play with some adjustments on the settings to get a more fluid frame rate. More on this in the full review. Now, in terms of notable specifications, the Realme 10 features a MediaTek Helio G99 processor with 8GB of RAM and up to 256GB of internal storage. It also features a 6.4-inch Super AMOLED display with up to 90Hz refresh rate, 5000 mAh of battery with 33W fast charging support, and has a 50MP AI color main camera and 16MP selfie camera. Speaking of the camera, here are some sample photos that I took as part of my initial testing. It is worth mentioning that the selfie camera seems to be a bit more flattering thanks to its apparent auto-enhancement and a slew of filters centered towards beautification. As for the main 50 megapixel camera, it is pretty decent, especially in well-lit environments, but suffers in low light with noticeable image noise and sometimes blurry shots due to slow shutter speed. In the full review, I'll share with you more performance test results, more sample photos, and my overall thoughts about the Realme 10, so make sure to subscribe. But as for my overall first impressions, the design in my opinion looks nice, but I noticed that they went back to a more blocky form factor compared to the comfortable curvy shape of its predecessors. It's not an issue for me personally, but it's something that is worth noting. The display is pretty good, 90Hz is decent enough for a mid-range phone, and with a Super AMOLED display, there's nothing much to complain about. Performance-wise, at least at this early stage of my review, is quite decent as well. I'll have to spend more time and saturate this with more apps and play more games before I share with you my final thoughts. I also can't help but notice that they've managed to reduce the number of cameras to just 2 here compared to its predecessors with up to 3 to 4 cameras. But yeah, as early as now, with all the details I've mentioned, what do you think about the new Realme 10? Let me know in the comments below, as well as the things that you want me to test on this new smartphone. And there you have it guys, thank you for watching, and huge thanks to Realme for sending an early sample so I can share with you my first impressions. The Realme 10 will be officially launched on November 9, including its availability and pricing. So make sure to follow Realme's official Facebook page for more information. Thank you for watching, don't forget to subscribe for my full review so you won't miss out. See you next time, have a great day guys, you're awesome.